Okay, not had a chance to get this in the studio, but we've got a bright, really hard frost this morning, and it's gorgeous weather, and I managed to get outside, so I'll do the indoor stuff afterwards. But I just thought I'd show you how immaculate this thing looks. It is a seriously smart looking piece of kit. Suspension on it seems really good as well. That's gonna take some working, I think. It's really smart. Brushless motor. I'll run through all the spec when we're indoors. As you can tell, all I want to do is get it out for a run. Got normal sort of transmitter. You've got your throttle there, so pull that back and it goes forward. Push it to the centre, it will stop. If you push it straight the way forward, that then applies the brakes. Back to centre, and then back out there, that will put it into reverse. We've got, you can normally reverse the controls, and also, your steering's here, so let's turn it on and just show you. There we go. So it should be transmitter on first, then car on. We've got steering, so you turn it to the right, turn it to the left, and you've actually got steering rates here, dual rate. So if I turn it right round to 0, you literally get nothing. I don't even think that's moving 3 or 4 degrees. If I crank it right the way up, you get a load of turns, so this thing's going to be quite awesome. I'm going to just leave it about 3, just to start off with midway. You've got throttle trim there, so if you turn that up, the car will start to creep forward, well, creep backwards, sorry, wrong way, and that will creep forward. You need to get that so that it's not wanting to run, basically. So and that starts on 0 as well, which is always a good thing. And you've got steering trim as well, so you can actually alter the steering usually after you've had an impact, or if it's not running dead straight back and forwards, excuse me, you can just alter the trim there. It auto binds system, but it does have a bind button there. And God, that wind's picking up, and it is seriously cold. So. And there we go, that's us all assembled, all looking immaculate. That'll be 2 seconds then. Let's see how she goes. Pretty good. Nice, she's going to be good, this thing. Oops. Actually, I'm going to give us a load more steering because it doesn't seem very good. Nice, that's more like it. Let's go out and play out on the road. This thing gets a move on. There we go, hey, and yay, nice brakes. And it's quite common, sorry, if you're new to RC cars, it's quite common to have a slower reverse than forward, usually about 1/3, something like that. So. Nice drift on this. Whoa! Alright, go and find a long straight somewhere where you can give it a proper go. Gee whiz, this thing does go some. That is nice, got a serious amount of power on the back end. Well, and at the front end, 4-wheel drive. Gee, and range, no problem at all. Nice. Whoa! No, I don't think that was me. It's good, it's not that good. Pretty cool. Oh, I've got a lot of water. Oh, crikey, it's actually gone in the burn there, so there's actually water dripping out of it. Yeah, it's really nice. Very precise steering on it. And you can still, even though it's got quite a lot of power, you can still keep it really nice and slow. But I don't know why you'd want to do that really. Gee whiz, that thing's fun. Wow, I got peppered. Whoa, nice. Whoa. Yeah, I might go and get the other camera and just have a play around with it. Certainly goes well. Nice. This thing's awesome. Damn good fun. So I've had a couple of bangs, a couple of shunts, been over every bit of terrain I've got for it. Oh, apart from grass. Let's give it a good go on the grass. This is still frosty actually, this grass, so we'll just see how it goes, shall we? Nice. Oh, I should have written Tigger in there, shouldn't I? Perhaps it does say that. I'll get a drone up and have a look. Oh wow, look at this. I've got a sugar coating on my car. Okay, so this is it after it's ice caked. But it's coated really well. Just what I use is an airline, just blow all this stuff out. It's only a real cheap little sort of supposed to be an airbrush thing, but all I've ever used it for is just blowing dust out of things, and it will clean it up a treat.
head down. I put my best foot out and put my head down.
Okay, so what do I think of it? Well, pretty impressed actually. I thought it was a really nice car. Sorry I missed out on bringing it in the studio first of all, but I'll run through some of the specs on it. It's got a 3650 3300 kV brushless motor. It's splashproof everywhere it says, and you saw it got absolutely caked with the ice and everything. I've just airbrushed it all off, just give it a quick blast around. Bunged it in the air in cupboard of shame, no problem at all. But it was still running anyway, no water ingress had sort of upset it or mucked it up at all, sort of thing. It's 45 amp ESC, and it's got steel diffs front and rear, left and right turnbuckles as well. So I mean, it's a nice piece of kit. It's got some good stuff on it. I love these big bore oil filled shocks, and the setup seems really nice on it. I haven't done any adjustments on this at all. Fully adjustable torque controlled slipper on it as well, and you've got CVD drive shafts at the front there, and then you've got sway bars front and rear as well. So it's got a fair old bit going for it, and when you see it go you can see that it does have quite a bit going for it. I've really enjoyed it. I did think it was a little bit low for me. Usually I have a lot more ground clearance on the ones I've been playing around with, so this was nice to get something low, but yeah, it handled everything really well. Hardly any marks on it, a couple of little scruffs at the front there. I've done 10-11 batteries through this. I've been out really playing with it, and it's been really good. Quite a few scratches underneath as you would expect, but nothing. I've not had to tighten anything up. I did just run a screwdriver around it when you first get it, just check everything's tight and nipped up tight, and this has all been perfect, absolutely no problem at all. This is an unusual system. Well, I've come across it a couple of times actually, but you have to take out the one of the cables when you're actually want to put the battery in. Let me just show you. Actually, it's probably easier than trying to describe it. Just pop that strap off there, and it's really held well in there. You could put other batteries in as well, but with this actual system on this one, you have to unplug the negative from the battery itself, and then take it out, which is no problem at all. And then obviously you also have to take out the balance charger one as well, so they basically go in, then you put it on charge. Actually comes with a half decent little looking charger, but it did take way over 2 hours to do, 2.5 hours, something like that, and sometimes getting on for 3 if I'd run it down. So it is, yeah, to me that's quite a long time. You can get other batteries for it, so not a problem at all there. Or if you're paying out this sort of money and once you've started into RC stuff, I virtually guarantee you're going to stay in it. For 20 odd quid, get yourself something like this hobby grade charger. It will charge up the battery in an hour then, and balance charge it as well. So I've done a full review on one of these, and I put a link down in description for you. Or alternatively, you've got a faster charging one, exactly the same as this one, but this is actually a faster charger, and I've done a full review on this, and I'll put a link down in description. But that's still going to take you an hour and a half to charge, something like that, I would have thought. Right, so on to the any problems with it. I can't really say I've had any problems. I've had a blast driving it. It's been great, and it's just bounced around all over the place. One slight problem, and this is totally my fault. I should have done this. Somebody very kindly told me that you should put sort of duct tape in there, so you've got this reinforced tape. Put that all around the inside where it's going to be abused, and then you don't get what happened to mine. It has actually split there, so I should put tape inside it, and that should save it. But apart from that, I mean, with the hits this was taking, it's been absolutely fine. And the spoiler's coped really well. That's taken, it scratched the paint off at the back end there a wee bit, but nothing else at all. And it's just handled everything I've thrown at it, and we've thrown ice and snow and all sorts at it, as you saw in the review. They give speeds of around 35 miles an hour. I don't know, I didn't do a speed test on it. I haven't got the facility to do that. And really the speeds don't do it for me. I must admit, if something does 60 miles an hour but it's not very controllable and not a lot of fun, I wouldn't be very interested. If something did 25 miles an hour and it was very controllable and loads of fun, that would be it for me. But I know some guys really like the speed stuff, want to know exactly what speed it does, but yeah, I just haven't done that. There was one little thing with it, and I'll have to put the battery back on to actually show it to you. So, I mean, this is quite a simple way of doing it, and there's another car I'll show you in a second that's exactly the same setup. I won't bother actually putting the camera strap on, but where these cables are, around here, over the fan, but they just sit nicely there, no problem at all. If I turn it on, hopefully you can hear the fan running quite happily there. And then when I actually try and put this on, if I can get this in the right position, I don't know if you can hear that. There we go, it's actually stopped the fan. So just be very careful of that. And what I've been doing is pushing them further out, sort of thing. But I think I'm going to whip a little cable tie and just hold that just gently back over here, just to be warned of it, because if you didn't spot it first of all, it's going to stop the cooling on it. But apart from that, it's been absolutely superb. It's picked up every time, gone perfect, and well, it's done everything I've asked of it. Range, I've got about 100 metres out of it. It will go further, I'm sure. I don't go that much further with them because I just find it a bit boring when it's that far away. Yeah, they give 150 metres. I've got no reason to disbelieve that at all. So, but certainly over the 100 I gave it. So. And this does have some go in it. Again, you get the deflection and the inflation of the tyres. I'll just show it to you because I know some people like it, or if you've never seen it before, it's quite interesting. There you go. Pretty impressive. Nice piece of kit. Okay, and just one final thing. When I was actually looking at this and getting it ready for review and everything, I thought, cracky, there's something really familiar about this. This is made by LRP.com, and this one is ZD Racing, which comes under ZDHobby.com. And look at the similarities in these. I mean, these are definitely out of the same factory. The actual distance on the wheels is different, so yes, the actual some of the components are different, but if we have a good look around it, virtually everything else is absolutely identical. Certainly everything in the main area is, and all they've done is taken the ZD Racing off there for this one, and anything with ZD written on it has actually come off this one, but honestly everything looks absolutely identical. So if you picked up either one at a bargain price, I wouldn't be put off by it. There's a few things that are slightly better, I would say, on this one. The shocks are very slightly better, I would say. There's a little bit more metalwork as well, and the way it's done is, I would say, just slightly better. So whether or not this is more the premium brand than this one, I don't know, but there's not a huge amount of difference in the price at the moment. So and they are set up totally different, to run totally different, as you can see from them. But just interesting that they're two totally different companies, and I can't see anything that sort of joins them together, unless I just missed it on the web. Anyway, a little point of interest there at the end. There we go. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Hope you've enjoyed coming along for the drive. I'm not too sure the car actually enjoyed the icing, but it did look kind of nice that way. And hopefully see you on the next one.